You know, it's kind of funny, but it's also sad at the same time because, believe it or not, I actually completely forgot about this. After over 6 months since the 2017 PFA season ended, here are the awards at the end of the season that I forgot to do till just now when I was looking up the videos for the 2017 off-season for the Rouster re-signs, and I found out about the season awards from the 2016 season. I realized, oh shit, I forgot to do 2017 awards. So here we go. As of course, just like last year, it's the MVP, Offensive, Defensive Player of the Years, plus MVP and Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Years. And of course, we already know the one award, which was the MVP of PFA Bowl 2, which was awarded to Charlie Weber, who was the defensive end for the Pittsburgh Blitz. Even though his team lost the game, he was the best player of everyone in that game. So now, on to the records. And we're going to start off with the rookies. And we're starting off with the Offensive Rookie of the Year. And this year's award goes to Charles Cunningham of the Detroit Engines. He was the quarterback that was taken 7th overall in the draft. And this year, he completed 272 of 490, which is a really bad 55.5% completion percentage, but 4,167 yards, 36 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. He earned the Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he is by far, of the 6 or 7 quarterbacks taken the first round in the last draft, he was without a doubt the best one so far, and hopefully he can continue to grow and become the main franchise player and the hopeful future to give Detroit their first PFA Bowl title sometime in the future. And then for our Defensive Rookie of the Year, and this one's actually kind of a surprise, but it's a big steal, but it goes to Michael Hedrick of the Omaha Thunder, their free safety, as he had 36 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 4 defensive touchdowns. That's actually impressive, especially since he was a 6th-round pick that the Louisville Saints picked up, but they cut him before the season began, and the Omaha Thunder decided to pick him up, and he helped them out tremendously. What a steal that was, and what a big blunder that was for the Saints to let that good talent go, as he's now at their division rival in Omaha. Ouch. As he is the Defensive Rookie of the Year, just edged out the competition in a very competitive Defensive Rookie of the Year award slot. But now to the Offensive and Defensive Players of the Years. Due to the circumstance with the offensive player, I'm going to talk about the defensive player first. And the 2007 Defensive Player of the Year is Alfred Helms, defensive end of the Chicago 71ers, as this is the 2nd year in a row he got Defensive Player of the Year, the only one to ever get it, as he had an astonishing season. 194 tackles, 60 sacks, 1 safety, and 1 fumble recovery. Oh my goodness, it was actually kind of difficult to decide who to get the Defensive Player of the Year, but seeing those gargantuan stats and seeing no one else on the defense coming close to those numbers, despite their very impressive years, Alfred Helms was pretty much unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. Now, for the Offensive Player of the Year, they ended up being the MVP of the 2017 PFA season, so that's why I decided to hold off until now to announce it. And the 2017 Offensive Player of the Year and the 2017 MVP of the 2017 PFA season is Anthony Marks, running back of the San Francisco Union. Take a look at these stats. He had 419 attempts for 2,308 yards and 86 receptions for 1,035 yards and 7 touchdowns. There were like 4 players possible as contenders for MVP, but after seeing those receptions, those receiving yards, and those touchdowns, and shows how much of a dual threat he was without doubt the consensus for the MVP and the Offensive Player of the Year. As of course, remember last year, it was Frank Evans, remember, the running back of the Orlando Astros. So 2nd year in a row that the running back got the MVP as this year, as they are really dual threat, the running backs in PFA are. But those are the awards, I mean to say, for the 2017 PFA season. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Detroit Engines quarterback Charles Cunningham. Defensive Rookie of the Year was the Omaha Thunder's free safety Michael Hedrick. Defensive Player of the Year was Chicago 71ers defensive end Alfred Helms. And the Offensive Rookie of the Year and the 2017 PFA MVP was San Francisco Union's running back Anthony Marks. Hope you enjoyed this delayed awards video, which I'm surprised I forgot all about, as this is most likely the final video on the 2017 PFA season playlist, as I'm now focusing on the off season to get ready hopefully soon for the 2018 season. See you guys then.